So now that we know the two core ideas, which is we need to engage with people and build relationships, and we should try to make all of our tweets trending, how do we make it happen? So the strategy comes in 4 steps. Step 1, engage with other people. Spend most of the time you have for Twitter engaging with the content of others in your niche who are being active on Twitter every day. Build relationships with them so that eventually they follow you back, you become friends, and then you all support each other content, which will give you a base level of visibility and engagement on all your tweets, which is essential for everything else. Step 2 is going to be tweeting at the optimal time and frequency. Because a lot of people make the mistake of thinking they can tweet whenever they want and how many times they want, and the algorithm is going to sort it out. But it's not true. The algorithm is actually very sensitive to this, and you should be very careful on when you tweet and how many times you tweet so that you can make sure that your tweet get the maximum visibility because you only have a limited number of impressions. So like if you tweet 10 times a day and you don't tweet at the right time, you will divide your impressions between all of your tweets instead of maximizing the impressions of one of two tweets. And which is way better because if you maximize the impressions on only one or two tweets and not 10, then they will get more engagement and they will be more likely to be trending, which will in turn give it even more engagement. Step 3 is about being trending itself. How do you make a tweet trending in a topic? What do you have to change on your tweet? It's very simple, but there are ways to do it and that you can also optimize depending on the type of content you have. So we're going to review that. And step 4 is about how do you keep a tweet alive for longer? And that's all about replies. Because if you remember, when you look at the feed, what you see a lot is most recent tweets, but this includes most recent replies. So the beauty is, as your tweets gets more engagement, it gets more visibility, people will reply to it. And so this step is all about how do you engage back with them so that it brings back your tweet up. You know, by replying to them, you make sure your tweet stays in the most recent section of the algorithm and keeps gathering impressions. So that's it. That's the 4-step formula to start getting more visibility on your tweets. Each of these steps is useful on its own. So like you could do only step 1 and already get, 5 times more visibility. But if you do step 1 plus step 2 plus step 3 plus step 4, it will all compound and accumulate. And this is how I started growing way faster back in September 2021. I didn't have many followers back then. I only been active for like 3 months. But by doing this strategy, I very quickly went from about 10 to 20 followers a day to 100 and then 150. Just because I had so much more visibility, my tweets were everywhere. I was trending almost every day. And even with like not amazing tweets, but just because you follow this strategy, this makes all of your tweets trending and you just get so much visibility that you cannot help but grow. So that's the goal of this course. And now we're going to look into each of these steps in more detail so you can know exactly what you have to do to make sure you don't fail.